This program is a production of the City of Tacoma's Municipal Television Division.
This is Dan Strothman for Destiny City Rewind. In today's episode, we're going to explore the history of Cheney Stadium. Today, we're going to travel back in time to the early 1960s when Cheney Stadium first opened and was the home of the Tacoma Giants. A few short years after opening, President John F. Kennedy spoke before a packed crowd at Cheney.
We in Massachusetts do not have comparable wonders to Mount Rainier.
Then we'll dig into the TV Tacoma archives and visit with fans of the Tacoma Tigers. In the early 2000s, over 750 guitarists took to the field in an attempt to break the world record for most people simultaneously playing Louie Louie. In 1985, a TV Tacoma crew drove down Pacific Avenue, documenting the downtown stretch with a camera. We'll watch that video and compare some of the landmarks from 1985 to 2024. But first, let's hear from some current Tacoma Rainiers fans about their favorite Cheney Stadium memories.
I moved here from Hawaii when I was 10, so that was 87. And that's when they had Canseco, McGuire, so definitely remember.
Growing up, we were here a lot. And it is amazing how much they've changed the stadium and how much is built up, and it's good.
You see like other minor league teams move around quite a bit and don't get a ton of support, but like the Rainiers are like Tacoma's team.
It's a great part of the community, Cheney Stadium and the Rainiers. We're proud of it, and we try to come out as much as we can. It's a good time, so yeah, definitely something the city can be proud about.
Tacoma businessman Ben Cheney was a huge baseball fan and worked to bring AAA minor league baseball to Tacoma. In 1959, construction began on his namesake stadium and was completed in a remarkable 42 days, just in time for the beginning of the 1960 season. The first team to play at Cheney Stadium was the Giants, and over the years many superstars have taken the field, including Gaylord Perry, Reggie Jackson, Jose Canseco, Mark McGuire, and Ken Griffey Jr. Today, a bronze statue of Ben Cheney sits on row 1 of Section K. On September 27, 1963, President John F. Kennedy spoke to a packed crowd of over 25,000 people at Cheney. Kennedy remarked on the natural beauty of the Pacific Northwest, including Mount Rainier, and how important it is for Americans to conserve our resources. This ended up being Kennedy's last visit to Washington State. He was assassinated 2 months later.
Whatever gave Senator Magnuson the impression that we in Massachusetts do not have comparable wonders to Mount Rainier. If you see sometimes the Blue Hills of Boston stretching 300 feet straight up, covered by snow in the middle of the winter, you can know what nature can really do to produce a vigorous race. We're glad to be here today and see what you have. All through our history on occasions, these journeys have been taken, and I believe they are a benefit. And I ask particularly that those of you who are now in school will prepare yourself to bear the burden of leadership over the next 40 years
here in the United States, and make sure that the United States, which I believe almost alone has maintained watch and ward for freedom, that the United States meets its responsibility. That is a wonderful challenge for us as a people. No other generation in history has borne the burdens that the United States has borne in the last 18 years. I want to see us continue to use our talents to the maximum and maintain the reputation of the United States as a citadel of freedom. Thank you.
Back in the 1980s, the Rainiers were actually an Oakland A's farm team, and they were the Tacoma Tigers, playing right here at Cheney Stadium.
Year after year, the Tacoma Tigers are a proven winner, both on the field and at the turnstiles. With success in these two areas, they've decided to venture into uncharted waters and take on the duties of managing the daily operations of Cheney Stadium. It all comes from the new lease agreement the Tigers signed with the city of Tacoma and Pierce County, who co-own the facility. Basically, the Tigers will pick up a larger portion of the maintenance costs for the facility, lessening the burden on the city and county, and in exchange, the ball club will get to keep more of the money generated at Cheney Stadium. The lease, which is the longest in the ballpark's history, works like this. Rent for the facility. Oh yes, the Tigers must still rent the stadium from the city and county, but instead of paying a flat fee of 15% of the gross ticket sales, they now will pay a much smaller fee from ticket sales at baseball games and a slightly higher percentage of the gate from other events such as concerts. The exact percentage the Tigers will pay is still being worked on. Another source of revenue is parking, and this money can really add up. The new lease agreement allows for the city and county to receive 5% of the gross parking revenue generated at Tiger games, and when another type of event is taking place at Cheney Stadium, such as a concert or circus, the city and county will receive a little over 6% of not only the parking money, but also funds from the concession and merchandise sold at these events.
It is an excellent lease, and I think the way we view it, and I think the way the Tigers view the new lease, it's a win-win situation for both the city, Pierce County, and the Tacoma Tigers. It keeps one of the primary objectives that certainly from the city and Pierce County's standpoint was to keep the Tigers in our community on a long-term basis. They're presently playing under a 5-year agreement. We have this present season and one more season left on the present agreement. So our objective was to get the Tigers to commit long-term to our community. The new lease has a 12-year initial term plus an 8-year option. So we're looking at a potential 20-year lease here, which we're very pleased with.
Tiger games have always been run as a family event, a place to go and relax and not have to spend a lot of money. With this new agreement, fans shouldn't see an increase in prices. In fact, a lot of money generated at this event will go back into helping improve Cheney Stadium.
Well, the concerts we do would not involve the baseball operation at all. The circus wouldn't involve the baseball operation at all. And those events would gain some revenue that we would specifically put toward clubhouse improvement, restroom improvement. As we go toward the year 2000, this stadium will become 30, 40 years old. It's 34 years old now. It'll be 50 years old then. Most stadiums that age, they level them and build them up. This is an opportunity to not have to try to raise $25 or $30 million, but $500,000 over the life of the contract to improve the stadium.
In 2003, Cheney Stadium rocked into the Guinness Book of World Records as 754 guitarists gathered to simultaneously strum Washington's unofficial anthem, Louie Louie.
A few simple chords make up Louie Louie, but it's so popular it's Washington State's unofficial state song. And when you have close to 1,000 guitar players jamming away with the catchy melody, the song helps create a gigantic celebration in Tacoma. Of course, we're talking about the Louie Louie 1000 Guitars Festival. Last year's inaugural event was such a huge success at Cheney Stadium, organizers are hoping for an even larger turnout this year at the Tacoma Dome on August 28th and 29th. The idea for the event came from Tacoma's own famous rock and roll band, the Fabulous Wailers. Surviving members of the band hope to get 1,000 guitars playing the classic song Louie Louie to break the world's record for the most guitar players all playing the same song. They came up a couple of hundred short last year, but with the amount of publicity the event received, organizers expect more people from all over the state and possibly the country to make the trek to Tacoma to be a part of history. All of the money raised from the event goes to the Wailers Performing Arts Foundation, whose organization brings music and mentoring classes to young people in our area. The WPAF works hand in hand with the Boys and Girls Clubs of South Puget Sound and local school districts.
We want this to be an annual event, and it's basically focused on the fact that music is real important in our lives, in all our lives. Parents, kids, anybody that's interested in the arts, performing, anything that has to do with entertainment and music, and arts, and the art that goes along with music. Any monies that go in there go to support our music programs and scholarship program and instrument programs, because we want to make sure that kids, if they're inspired, if they're willing, and this is something they want to strive for, to be involved in music, in any area of music, meaning production or recording or performance, playing any instrument, that we want to be there to support that, and our programs do that.
It might look like these people are waiting in line to see a concert, but actually, they are the concert. Guitar players arrive bright and early to take part in the Louie Louie 1000 Guitars Festival. It doesn't matter if you're just a beginner or a skilled veteran. This celebration is for all guitar players. Last year, the event was just a single day. This year, it's been expanded to both Saturday and Sunday.
It's going to be a great afternoon, is all I know. I'm looking forward to every minute of this for the Whalers Performing Arts Foundation. It is so good. Look at the kids. Look how everybody's having a great time.
Oh, it's going to be a wonderful event.
This is a good thing for the kids. It's good for the community. It's good for the Whalers. It's good for publicity for everybody, and I'm looking forward to it.
In addition to trying to break the world's record, there will be several different stages set up featuring rock, blues, jazz, and folk music. You'll also be able to meet some world-class guitar celebrities, but organizers are keeping their identity a secret until event time. There will also be clinics on guitar playing, and you can even cut a studio demo. It's really a party. People enjoying themselves, rocking guitars, playing a song that everyone loves, educational opportunities on how to improve your playing skills, and being able to help a worthy cause all at the same time.
Well, I think just the fact that they're willing to do this and bring these people and get everybody involved in Tacoma area and surrounding areas is wonderful. And the fact that they're going to do music and donate their monies and what have you to those agencies is wonderful.
Well, what the Whalers are doing right now with the music program and starting their music program, I think is really good, because they're taking all the music out of the schools. And music is really important for kids today. It gives them something else to do, something else to strive for. And it all, you know, as opposed to just running around with nothing to do, it kind of helps their focus. You know, learning to play an instrument is not an easy thing, so they have to sit and actually learn something. So I think it helps them think.
What better place than Tacoma for a celebration like this? The community has a rich past in the rock and roll world, and that may have gotten overlooked with the younger generation, but not anymore.
Another reason for Louie Fest, too, is to focus on Tacoma, Washington. Tacoma has really been a breeding place, you might say, for a lot of great music, not just Tacoma, but the Northwest as well. And we're trying to focus on that with Louie Fest, make it an annual event, make it a destination for people that'll want to come here every year from all over the world.
And the reason for Louie Louie, and the reason we use Louie Louie, is because the rock version came from Tacoma, with the arrangement by Richard D'Angelo and Rockin' Robin Roberts, who sang on the Whalers version. So, you know, there's a real roots here and a real history. So we can be proud of that. I think the whole area can be proud of that.
Thanks for joining us for this look at Cheney Stadium over the years. Now we're going to travel back in time to 1985 as we drive down Pacific Avenue. Along the way, we'll juxtapose some of the landmarks from 1985 to what they look like now in 2024.
Street, coming up on Puyallup Avenue and 24th Street on the left. 23rd Street. Second Street. Coming up on the 21st Street interchange. Nineteenth Street. Crossing the Prairie Railroad. South 15th Street. South 14th. South 13th. South 12. South 11th. South 10th Street. South 9th Street. South 7th Street. Crossing under the on-off ramp to I-705.